The Bunker Project is brought to you by Wix.com, the easiest place to create a website online. The Bunker Project podcast episode number 97. And welcome back to another episode of The Bunker Project. Last time we started early, this time we're starting way late, but we got a good show lined up. We're going to do a roundtable introduction. I'll start. Anna McGivern at Podcast Hero, podcasthero.com, annamcgivern.com. And we'll go this way. Marcel.
I'm Marcel Lapointe, webmaster of the best inactive website on the internet, www.themovieyearbook.com, and also owner of the best inactive Twitter account online at Movie Yearbook.
Hi, I'm Minjai Lim, and I'm a UX gal.
UX,
user
I
experience.
think they call that user experience, Andrew.
James, you got the prize of the night.
Oh, no, this is Bob Garlic here at Bob Garlic on Twitter. I'm feeling especially nasally today, so I apologize. I'm written stuff prepared for the 100th show, so I'm just going to go upstairs for a second. See you guys.
Science Sukrikar, Genesis Designs, website developer.
Bonnie Sainsbury, Left Brain Marketing at B Sainsbury, the Twitter maven.
Margaret Reynolds, BC_insurance gal, the insurance maven and the Wicked Wicks of the West.
Mitchell Purdy, owner of 4th Avenue Design, web designer, here for a good time.
That sounds like he is here for a good time. This is James Karg at Twisted_Magic on Twitter, the gaming maven. And I am actually sitting right next to Andrew McGovern here on the 97th episode of the Bunker Project. Getting excited, hey, for the 100th show?
Yeah, you betcha.
Yeah.
And Bob Garlic is here tonight, but he's actually upstairs above the Den Bar in the Barclay Hotel, trying to get our internet fixed because we've been having internet issues for the past several episodes, and we thought we had it fixed. We came in here on Monday and spent a couple hours rewiring the whole setup we have here to get a landline internet into the back room at the bar, and turns out we're still having difficulties. So he's on the phone with the service provider right now.
Yeah, and we have somebody special in our hangout, though, because luckily Marcel, the movie maven, who likes to come and play Facebook games when he's at the podcast, has a computer here. So who's in the hangout? What's up, dude? What's your name? Who's your daddy, and what does he do? You can talk now. Uh-oh. Next one. All right.
Is our special guest a ghost? Because that's awesome.
I think he's trying to talk.
Aaron,
you here? Yep. Go.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Hey, I'm Aaron Brown. Thanks for having me on the podcast. I'm with Forest City Beer Fest over in London, Ontario, and I write a blog called AdventuresNalcohol.com about beer. A friend of mine writes about wine. He's based out in BC. My good friend of mine, Josh Cormier. We do that together, and
Paper Bees.
That's kind of what I'm up to right now.
Are you the Paper Bees guy?
I am Paper Bees guy.
All right. Cool.
Let's talk about paper beers, though, because, business and pleasure. We'll separate those. Say, yeah, I'm Paper Bees guy. I work for Wiggles 3D. We made an app called Paper Bees. It's awesome. It's on iOS. It's on Android. You should check it out.
Cool.
Bees, defend your hive and survive. It's
nice.
Good stuff.
And you can you want to bring somebody on to talk about that at another time. But right now you want to talk about beer, right? And you're in the right place.
I do. Well, I always want to talk about beer. I struggle not to talk about beer. I feel like I annoy people sometimes, like, geez, is this guy going to talk about beer again? Fuck, I don't know. Are we allowed to swear?
Yeah, we're explicit now, so it's all good. But,
X-rated now?
We are X-rated, Bonnie, so you can throw down
Bonnie,
the F-bomb
Bonnie,
anytime you want.
Explicit, not X-rated. There is a slight difference.
All right. Go ahead, Aaron. That was a digression, so for any of our newer listeners, take a drink.
Yeah, we gamified the bunker project with.
With
oh, look,
alcohol.
he's got
Yeah,
a
he's
nice
got-
black beer there.
Is that a Saint Ambrose? Is that what you're drinking there?
No, this is Dieu du Ciel Pêche Mortel Imperial Stout, 9.5%. This is divine.
Nice.
We've been working our way up. So here, I'll show you guys. We got 23 drafts on tap.
Okay.
Here.
23. Are you kidding?
Awesome joint.
It is an audio show, so you can't really show us.
Enjoyment.
But so, what's your favorite beer out of
This is
all
an awesome joint.
all the Canadian microbreweries? What's your favorite beer?
Man, you know what? I'm bad with favorites. I live in the moment. Right now, this is my favorite beer, Pêche Mortel. Good stuff out of Quebec.
Yeah, that's a good motto. The best beer is the one you have in your hand.
So James here, he is on a hangout every Friday night at 7, I believe.
Yeah, 7:00 on
And
Google
it's
Plus.
all about craft beers.
Yeah, it's craft beer hangout hosted by Lee McKinnon and Eric. No, maybe that was wrong. Lee Allison and Eric McGee. Yeah, and they do a craft beer hangout. So we do a different type of beer every single week. We did lambics. We've done IPAs.
That's cool.
Yeah. So if you're ever on Google Plus and you want to come drink beer with us and show them what it's like in Ontario, because they're all American, so they think they get some good beer though, actually. So
They do.
Yeah.
They do it up there. What's cool is sometimes you go into a bar down there. Like a lot of times here, you go into a bar because you know it's about good beer. But what I find down there is you go into a bar, there just is some old bar. You don't really go there. It's not putting itself out there that way. And you go in and you find, oh man, this has got a lot of taps and there's some solid beers here. I've been surprised a lot in the States. You go in and you see some solid draft lineup when you weren't expecting one. They have a good beer culture. They got a lot of great breweries.
They got a lot of really good microbreweries. Their mainstream beer isn't very good, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Some good ones in Michigan that we're seeing a lot of. Like Founders. If you guys ever get a chance to get a hold of some Founders, is good stuff. They got a breakfast stout.
Wow.
does it taste like eggs?
Unreal. It's unreal.
So we've had some beer pairing nights
More
here.
like, no, didn't taste like bacon either. No, it's like your morning coffee. It's an eye opener.
Have you had the backhand of God?
The what?
The backhand of God. It's a very black beer.
Magic the
It's a stout. It's
Gathering
called the backhand of God. No.
That's what I thought too, man. I was like, is that
What
a
about
Magic the Gathering?
arrogant bastard? No,
Oh no, okay, yeah. No, I have not had that.
Is that like a Western beer?
it's a U.S.
Sounds fun.
beer.
It's a US
really,
beer.
It's really good, actually. Actually, it's so strong it almost tastes like grapefruit juice in a weird way. But yeah.
Oh my God, Bob Garlic
Bob
just showed
has
up here.
returned.
Hey James, can I have my seat back? Okay. All right. I know I'm really like awesome in this spot, so Bob's got to go over there.
I don't want to disrupt the chi.
Yeah.
So
No.
Bob's returned to the show. We're actually running a hangout, Bob, with Marcel's laptop via Wi-Fi miraculously.
Get the guys in.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just talking.
Figured out my problem too, so we get double computers.
All right. So you need a beer then?
It's up there.
Oh, I have to get out of his
There's one
spot.
over your right shoulder.
Oh, I really? Oh, wicked.
All right.
So wait, while he's telling us about his 23 beer tap place, there's a place here in town called Beercraft,
yeah.
which does amazing beers,
It used
and
to be
they've
called
got
Stella's,
yeah, down on Commercial Drive there.
and
And-
on Granville as well. I
Is
think.
there one on
Yeah.
Granville? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And if you come out here to Vancouver, we'll go to Beercraft, and you could have like all sorts of different types of beers. They do special Fridays where they have a cask of a beer that they haven't opened yet, and then you can have like good pints of that stuff. And who else is another good beer place around here in Vancouver? We got like the Vancouver Beer Drinkers.
Oh, it's a Grand Island Brewery.
Well, there's Granville Island Brewery, but the meetup group is the Vancouver.
There's just here for the
Beer
beer.
drinkers?
Beer Drinkers
Just here for the beer.
I think they're beer drinkers. I think that's what it's called. The W or something.
There's also Just Here for the Beer.
Those guys are awesome. If you need to like get hooked up with some beer, and they'll bring in awesome types of beer for you to try.
So, Aaron, he's running a beer fest right now. Why don't you just quickly tell us about that?
Okay, well, it's going to be August 11th, which is the second Saturday in August, second weekend in August. And we're taking over a bar in London called ABK Live. It's got 2 floors and a patio. So we're going to have 13 different beer stations you can go to and get samples at. And each of those is going to have multiple brands you can check out. And basically the deal is, with admission, you get a sampling glass that actually looks close enough, might as well, like similar to this. So you get that, take home with you. You get 3 beer tickets to get you started. You can sample some beers, and there's going to be a whole night of seminars by the brewers, how beer is made, beer appreciation, that kind of thing. And at night we're going to kind of switch the entertainment over from that and the presentations to live music and some DJs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking forward to a pretty good night. We got a lot of beer for people to try. We got some pretty cool stuff coming down. We got a gluten-free brewery from out of Toronto that's never been at a festival before. Is coming down.
Cool.
Got some interesting stuff happening.
And how much are tickets?
$15.
$15.
$15. You get three beers. That's pretty good.
Yeah. What is the name of the kind of glass you're having? Because you showed us.
Beers. It's
tasters. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tasters, sampler.
like a tulip shape kind of thing.
There we go.
Well, this will hold almost all. It'll hold more. This is about a sample here.
Yeah, but we're doing a podcast, so you're going to need to explain it to us in words.
audio form.
Not that we're harshing on here, and it's just like people are like, "What is?"
To be audio friendly.
Audio friendly. So a fourth of beer, maybe.
So if you aren't a psychic, if you aren't a psychic, it's about a quarter pint, and the glass is sort of tulip shaped, so not like a wine glass, but sort of like a
flute.
Yeah, you can't see my hands moving in the shape of an hourglass figure of a woman, but that's kind of what you're imagining.
They can now that they're imagining it. Yeah.
In the mind's eye.
Yeah. There you go.
So people can find you over at adventuresinalcohol.com. Is that right?
Yeah, check that out. That's a blog I write with a friend of mine named Josh Cormier. He's actually the one who got me kind of hooked on beer. He taught me a lot of stuff. We homebrewed together, and we're roommates in university.
And then he moved on to wine.
What's that?
And then he moved on to wine.
Well, you know what? He always liked wine, but he went into a program where he's studying that out in BC, in Vancouver, finishing that up, and now he actually works at a winery in the valley, in Okanagan Valley.
Well, he can come and join us for a show here in Vancouver.
I bet he would be down. He's a pretty amicable dude and likes to talk about wine, and likes to just dispel myths, tell people
what happened.
Tell people what's up, right?
What's up.
Okay, cool. So we're going to move on now to some of our regular scheduled programming. Feel free to kick in anytime, Aaron, and just put your hand up if you want to say something.
Just go like this, and because we're like on a 1.5 second delay between us and I guess Toronto and the Wi-Fi. So
yeah,
no, not an echo. It's just lag.
Okay.
It's just lag.
All right. So just put up your hand and if you have something to say on the next couple of topics, and we'll bring you in. All right. So now,
and if you hear us digress, take a drink, because that's the game.
So now we talked about beer. Now let's talk about games.
What? Oh.
It's time for...
Oh, yeah.
Gaming with James.
Wow, that's a sick theme song.
That's Gaming with James theme song. And what are we talking about with games today, James?
We're going to talk about this thing that, people probably, what is this, like a week from now? This will be put on the website. So
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Well, then this hasn't been beat to death. I mean, it has if you've been following it, but maybe not. So we're talking today about the Ouya, which is the video game console that's on Kickstarter right now that has raised $5.5 million in just 8 days so far.
Smokes. That's got to be a record for Kickstarter.
That is a record, actually. And so the thing is it actually raised $75K in the first hour. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah, go ahead, Aaron.
Oh, is this, I might be mixing two different things up, but is this the sort of open source console.
This is exactly it. Yeah, this is awesome. We didn't even plan this kind of back and forth. That's awesome. But yeah, it's the open source console.
I don't know a lot about it, but just the basic idea of an open source console, like a lot of people would have this thing, and anyone could develop for it, is a cool idea.
Yeah, and it's $99. This is the retail price they're hoping to go for it, and they were originally asking for $950,000, and now they're at $5.5 million for about, I guess, 24 days left in it, and so. It's kind of an interesting thing. It's like a huge disruption, sort of, that they've gotten all this money off Kickstarter.
So my question, James, for the non-gamers here is, what is the purpose of the software? What does it do?
So the Ouya is based off of Android. What it basically is it says here, I'm looking directly at their Kickstarter, so I'm saying it. It's easy to root. Everything opens with standard screws. Hardware hackers can create their own peripherals and connect via USB or Bluetooth. The specifications on it, it's a Tegra 3 quad-core processor.
Nice.
1.8 gig RAM, 8 gigs of internal flash storage, which personally I think that's not a lot.
But about how much is this again? So
on Kickstarter, you have a couple different things that you can ask for. They've already sold out of... I believe the 250 model.
Yeah, of course.
The $95 you get a console and a controller, so that's sold out already.
But with the same configuration, right?
Yeah, well, they're all going to be the same. Yeah, they're all going to be basically the same across the board. That's just what you want to do with it afterwards. But it's similar to an Android tablet. So as far as processing power and things go,
nice.
But it also has Wi-Fi, HDMI connection with support for 1080p. USB 2, wireless controller, Android 4.0, so they're running Ice Cream Sandwich on it.
Mm-hmm. You mean Jelly Bean?
No, Ice Cream Sandwich.
Okay.
4.0 is Ice Cream Sandwich.
What's Jelly Bean? What's the number for Jelly Bean?
I believe that would be 5, yeah.
No, it's 4.1.
4.1? Oh.
Yeah.
They're always so weird.
Know,
It's like 2.3 was like...
it's something to do with mathematical algorithms. That's what they do.
They like to name it after food.
But their numbers are based on weird mathematical algorithms for some strange reason.
Yeah, it's like Google 2.2 was...
there was some Pythagoras.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like a big jump would be going up from 3 to 4.
All right, hook us up, Aaron.
Yeah,
and then a smaller incremental jump would be the points.
It's kind of like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or something over there with what they're naming these things.
Yeah,
but because I don't really know a ton about this is meant to hook up to your TV and play games on, right? Or is this something portable with the screen?
No, this is supposed to be like an Xbox, PlayStation 3 killer. They really want to support the indie gaming community too. So they're also saying that you can watch Twitch.tv, which everybody knows is your own personal TV station. So I mean, you could stream games of StarCraft or League of Legends or whatever. You want to watch that.
What about modding? Is it kind of like something you designed for modding and make nice casings out of it, or just doing weird stuff?
They say you can do whatever you want to it.
Wow.
But that's where my point, this is where the only thing where I kind of don't get it, is that they say that you can pirate and you can mod it and things like that, but then they expect that there's going to be developers there that want to put their stuff on there. So, it's going to be kind of weird. I mean, are you going to make an Android application and then port it over to this other console? I mean, right now they're showing that they've got $5 million so far from the community, which means that's a huge amount of community kind of jumping on.
So there's support for the product.
There's a little bit of support. I wouldn't say there's a massive amount, but I mean, there's enough that you possibly could go there. But if they want everything to be free, that could possibly be different. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, given the OS is behind it, and Google and their connection with ads, I would just assume that even in a piracy free-for-all where no one's getting paid for a download of their game, and people can try to do in-app purchases and stuff like that and make money that way, I suppose. But I think you're going to see ads in games or ads on it somehow, so people can make money even if people pirate their games. Because that's sort of a way around things. I suppose for people trying to make money is, well, no one paid to download this game, but we can put ads in it. That could be something that happens.
Good point.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like ad-supported gaming would probably be one of the bigger things.
So
but the other question that I raise is that these people that are doing the Kickstarter, they've never set up a massive networked console ever. That's one of the things.
Well,
so
I
they
mean-
have never built that sort of thing.
But you know what? With that much beer and pizza, I am sure they can get some.
Oh,
dude
here's
in
the other
there to
thing.
do
It's
it.
supposed to release March of 2013. So they're expecting
Whoa.
an 8-month launch.
Jeez.
And they only have one
Well, that's way
prototype
better
as
than Rim is
opposed.
doing.
What?
I thought that's way better than Rim is doing.
I guess so.
Yeah,
I guess
exactly,
so. Yeah, I guess so. There goes a rim shot.
Rim job.
For $5 million and change, you could hire some guys who know how to put together, the kind of back end you would need to.
Well, maybe they can hire ex-Rim employees.
Making games that need networking and that need multiplayer.
Yeah.
Like a back end, they have to provide that. You can't expect all these developers to write a game and support it as well. Like they're gonna have to do something where they're sharing the load.
Yeah.
I suppose
Well, for like the developers, if you wanted the SDK in the console, it's like $699 right now. So that's for a dev kit. But yeah. Sorry, I was playing with the paper.
Yeah, it's a natural roller.
But I mean, I'm a little skeptical. I mean, still, it's $5.5 million, and it's a new thing. But there's just a part of me that's kind of skeptical about this.
Well, they're not going to have any games at launch, right?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like,
so who's going to pay $99?
Well, it goes back to the classic. If you have no apps, what's the point of the hardware?
Yeah, but I mean, like, there might be people that make stuff like once they get their consoles and things like that, but it'll take a couple weeks, couple months.
Okay, so does this console have enough oomph, have enough guts and legs to be able to do something like a really hardcore Blizzard-style game, or is it more flashy stuff?
No, it has everything that runs an Android tablet. So if you have games like Shadowgun or Triple Town or Dead Trigger, all these like iPhone, Android type games.
So, yeah, okay.
The 3D is still great, but it's not like going to be the best. I still think the internal storage of only 8 gigs is not a large enough component.
Does it have Pong?
Possibly. I mean, if I was them, that would be one of the first games I'd try to put on it just to make sure of it. And also, their controller prototype isn't actually together yet. Like, it's just theoretical still. It's not actually built. So,
well, they got 8 months.
There's a lot of patents that still are required when you're making these sort of things.
Oh, by the way, we owe those patents.
Yeah.
Booyah! Give us all your pizza and beer.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm a little skeptical about it, but I mean, buyer beware, Caveat Emperor.
Well, it's like a collector's item. It's like the watches you can get and all that stuff.
Well, I think the watch, that's awesome. I think
very cool.
That's very cool. This video game console, I'm not so sure of because
you're talking about the iPod Nano watch.
No,
right?
the Jewel watch.
Yeah, I was talking about the Pebble. The
Pebble
is
sorry,
what we called. Yeah, the one that hooked up with your Wi-Fi to your thing, so you got the watch that'll tell you when you got calls and stuff coming in. But
that's cool.
Kind of like a phone.
Yeah, I just.
Oh,
it is like
I've
a phone,
heard of those. People used to talk.
People
on
have been
them.
taking their watches off because they got the clock on their phone. That's the whole thing.
Like, I wish these guys the best of luck, but I mean, I'm not going to really skip this for my Xbox 360.
Oh, I have to digress.
So
I'm
that's
thirsty.
just me.
Sorry,
So-
I have to digress here. Is there a cuckoo clock app?
A cuckoo clock?
Yeah, it goes cuckoo and it goes 3D. Beep, beep,
First,
beep, comes out.
no, you should do that. That's probably good. I'm sure somebody did.
Must have done a.
What were you saying,
cuckoo
Aaron?
clock app.
Go ahead. Come on, developer. Come on, let's get you going on here.
Sweat it out, boy.
Sorry, you guys digressed. So I was having
The drink, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
He
He's playing the
catches
game.
on fast.
Hey, I'm sorry, I came into the show late. Which developer are we talking to?
This is Aaron Brown. He's
Adventures in Beer.
Oh, dude. Okay.
What
Yeah.
was it?
Adventures in
texting with him
Alcohol.
earlier.
Adventures in Alcohol. My bad.
Adventures, yeah.
He's currently organizing a big beer fest in.
What does he think of that? Hey,
Ontario.
Aaron. Boy, his.
You got to
volumes
speak
are-
louder, man.
Dude, you got to.
you got to be skeptical of this in the sense that it's the first time hardware built for these guys. But I like the idea, and if you had a cool enough piece of hardware with the open source software, I think that's an interesting thing. That's an ecosystem people would play in. They would try to make games for it, and especially if you could port over in an easy way. Either maybe you gotta, maybe you can do it already. You just have an Android or an iPhone game that worked right away on there. But if someone just came out with a patch or something in one of these development programs like Unity or something like that, you could probably right away have a lot of stuff on there. So it wouldn't be
an emulator.
Yeah, that's what they're kind of worried about. That was one of the articles I read, was they were worried that people are just going to use this for Nintendo emulators and Sega Genesis emulators.
Commodore 64 games.
And things like that.
It's going to be weird to play a mobile game, a thing that's designed for mobile experience on a TV.
That's the other thing, with the controller.
It's going to get stale, and if you build it, they will come in a way, like...
Possibly.
Maybe people will go for it. So... at least you'll have something there already. But yeah, even Paper Bees, which is, for example, is a fun game to play, is not a game you would want to play on a TV. It's about tactile, like you're flicking things on your screen,
Yeah, we got to talk about that after the show.
Hey, yeah, exactly. I've got a totally obtuse question here, as normal. What's the top beer game? What's the beer app? What's the best beer game app out there?
You know what? There's a bunch of different apps about beer. There's a thing called Untap It, which is sort of like Foursquare for beer. So like you pick what you drank and where you were, and there's like a check-in kind of thing for different beers and things like that. And I don't use that, but I've seen that a lot, like online and social media. It'll spit out into Twitter and Facebook.
So my question is, if you've got a really cool beer app, do you think that would do well in bars with girls and stuff, or is there an app that kind of takes that into consideration?
I think being on your phone in a bar on an app is probably the ultimate way not to meet girls. So.
There's an app for that.
I don't know about that. I'll disagree with that one.
Well, there's one.
Well, maybe if if there's a thing that put like Grinder and beer drinking together, then I think that could be successful.
Beer grind.
Nice. I'm listening.
Yeah, beer grind. Beer grinder.
Beer grind. Actually, there is one. It's a meet girls in that. You put it on, it crashes your phone.
No, that's not Grinder.
So
Grinder isn't used for meeting girls.
Is there an app?
I mean, it is for girls meeting girls.
If you're dancing.
Is there a beer app that will you can enter in the beer that you like? And then whenever you're close to a bar that has it, it'll give you a push notification.
Dude, now that's an app.
So whenever you get close to the black beer, then you get a notification.
I cannot confirm or deny that, but if there is
can we backtrack? How is this
That'd be like the temptation
Grindr?
from hell.
Stout Radar. I would.
Stout Radar.
That's a good app. Stout Radar.
Name. I like that name.
Very tempting.
Awesome. Okay, so
and, you upgrade from the freemium version. You get Imperial Stout Radar.
I got a Bitchin' Black something. Bitchin' Black Barometer. There you go. Bitchin' Black Barometer. That's a great app name.
Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this upgrading thing. I think that
is a double entendre, sir.
Absolutely.
I think app developers need to realize always that you don't always have to get money directly out of your clientele. You want to build a community first, and then start making apps that people can buy.
Absolutely,
because they support you after you give them something really good for free.
And I think they should be paying more money for the names.
Where have I heard that before?
Yeah.
There should be way more money spent on them.
We haven't mentioned them yet, Andrew.
A ridiculous enough deal that they can't say no. People will say yes to it, and I mean, like that sounds really stupid and simple, but like that's kind of what we're trying to do with the beer fest. Is we're trying to make it as cheap as possible for people to come. So it's just like.
Are you using QR codes in that beer fest? No, they're not. They're not using QR codes.
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't know.
Hey, Diesel Jeans used it, man. I was watching this really cool campaign that Diesel Jeans did.
I'm done with the QR codes. We have one on the poster.
Hey, have you seen that really cool glass that Guinness made, which has QR codes built in, and it only works when you put a Guinness in because it's dark enough, so the QR code has enough contrast to scan? Very
magically
nice.
appears.
You know what? I've heard about QR codes on a glass, but I have not heard about that.
Yeah,
I think that is
very sweet.
That was
idea.
a New York-based marketing company.
Yeah, basically, if you put one of those yellow beers in, it didn't scan on your phone. It was an awesome idea. I love that.
And it actually told you what beer you were at and tweeted it out.
Yep, exactly.
So,
Nice.
Good on Guinness.
Aye.
Okay, so we're gonna.
So that was Gaming with James.
Any more?
Gaming with James.
All right, that was
I don't know.
Gaming
We could talk about. We could talk about what else are we going to talk about?
All sorts of exciting stuff.
Gaming.
Hey,
Vancouver's getting shredded in the terms of people getting laid off left and right out here. So
in AE and EA and
no, not EA, but Rockstar Vancouver decided to go to Toronto, and we had Radical Entertainment close down recently, and today Capcom Vancouver let 20 people go. So
why is that?
Why is that?
There's no money for them, or what?
No, I mean it's usually inflated budgets.
You know what it
usually
is? I think it's that all the developers are out mountain biking all damn day and no coding.
Well, so the thing
Where
is,
are you? I'm on grouse. Fuck off.
So the big thing they've been trying to pressure is the Gregor Robertson is going to bring it forth in the council meeting pretty soon, but they say they can't compete with Ontario and Quebec's 30% tax breaks versus the 17% here.
Oh, you mean like Vancouver is finally figuring out that they overtax everybody? This is
no, it's not overtaxing. It's just they're not giving the kind of things that they can get here.
Incentives.
I think I think the problem is all the gamers in BC have read the 4-hour work week. And that's all they want to do now.
Well, it could be one of it. It could be that Bud app that's going around. That's deadly.
Yeah, well, they're not giving them enough tax breaks.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, Vancouver has traditionally screwed itself by not giving tax breaks. So there is a guy, he's been around the city for a while. His name's Matt Toner, and he's doing a thing called Can We Do It on Twitter and Facebook. And, he's going to run in the provincial election under the NDP platform, and he's trying to become the first representative from the entertainment industry to be there. So if you want to check him out on Facebook, it's Can We Do It. Cool. I'll vote for him.
Yeah. He seems like a good guy. I mean, really Zero to Heroes.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Is he in any way related to the invention of the photocopier?
Is he related?
I don't
know. It's a joke. Yeah, no, he's the toner. He keeps winking at me, too. It's creeping me out.
Because he's got his eye really close to the camera.
See, and I'm on Marcel's computer, so that's even different.
Whoa. Man, oh man.
I don't get it.
Normally you say, I don't get it.
It only does film noir.
I don't get that either.
Or what?
You may want to run a virus scan on this computer after you.
Ouch!
Yeah, but that was my...
stuff. It's like, I will go up to a fully functioning computer, like let's say at a Best Buy or something, and just kind of like, hit the Windows key or what have you, and it's like a cartoon. Smoke will come out of it. I have bad luck with these things, so you might want to.
So that's a digression. Take a drink.
All right, that's definitely a drink. And speaking
that was a digression.
Speaking of digressions, we have some show notes.
We do.
Right in front of us.
We got 34 pages of show notes. You know what?
Let's get to it.
We have pages and pages. We never get. We like page. Story 1, story 2. All this research gone to. Oh well.
So we're on page 1 of the show notes.
I have notes on my show notes. I actually read the damn show notes.
We started late.
Dun dun dun. Oh, sorry, we're not emptying the show. But where's my glasses?
Oh, you've got Google glasses? They're on your head, man. They're on your head, Bob.
They're on your head. Nice.
Thank you.
I didn't know the show is co-hosted by Velma from Scooby-Doo.
All right, I'm going to go look at my notes here. Oh, we got an old story here. Facebook monitors your chats for criminal activity. That's so old, and I can't believe they're talking about it now.
Next.
It's like, hello. It's just like the FBI and the police forces in the United States. I think it's like $1.75. They can download anything they want. What is that for tracing? Right
but this story isn't about the authorities monitoring.
No, it's the automatic scanning software for every conversation you have on Facebook, dude.
It's Facebook.
Freaking crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, if the way the algorithm works, it's based on the weirdness of the age separation. So if you're like a 65-year-old and the person you're communicating with is a 13-year-old, it red flags you. So, my daughter.
So don't chat with
Am I
your
going to get
grandkids?
Busted because I have a thing going on with my daughter and her
Yeah, but there'd be relationship within Facebook. So
I'm sure it takes into account his daughter. I'm sure it's cool. But anyways, the way it works is basically an algorithm that spiders out through all the conversations everybody's having on Facebook, and then it'll flag stuff, and then the Facebook police security department will then look at you, and then if they don't like what's going on, they'll send it to the police and you get busted.
They'll decide whether it's worthy of going to the police.
Exactly. So basically, Facebook could bust you. So be very careful what you put on Facebook.
Well, they're only going to bust you if you're doing something kind of, wrong.
Blatant, I think, would be a good term. Or, if you would, how about if you were just goofing around with your friends and say, hey, man, I got this massive joint that weighs 4 pounds. Holy cow. I don't think I can smoke it, so I'm going to use it as a suppository. And boom, you get busted for that, for some gay pornography.
Well, I tried
to... Do you know how many people are posting...
wasting dope.
I was in Nevada at the time, so boom.
Do you know how many people post pictures of, drugs and stuff on their Facebook? It actually kind of shocking.
Yeah,
Well,
but they,
I
but they
tried
don't
to-
scan for that. They only scanning for the conversations.
No, I tried.
Really?
To do it
I'd
this
use the
afternoon.
pictures. They'd be
What, a
like, look, he
suppository?
posted
Yeah,
like.
I tried to post make a post about weed. A friend of mine bought. She's into health stuff, so
She
you
bought
can,
a big pound of.
She bought a machine that'll allow you to grow grass because she does the grass chlorophyll
Wheatgrass.
shakes or whatever. Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
grass shakes.
So I tried to
I'm well
make
into that.
I tried to make a comment in there saying you could use this to grow weed, and I just couldn't post it on Facebook.
Oh,
It
you're
just wouldn't
busted. You're so busted, dude.
Yep.
Go. It wouldn't go.
Red flagged.
Wow, they're preemptively striking.
No, that's not
No,
true. It just
it's
means
only
his
the
network
stuff
connection
that I-
wasn't
yeah.
working at the
Yeah.
time.
It's the stuff
Josh,
I put on Facebook. It's shocking, but that's
Wow.
my
It
other
is true.
Facebook account
It is true.
that nobody knows
I only
about.
post pictures of kittens.
Yeah, I like
No.
Bonnie's
Oh, yeah.
because she knows that.
Kitten porn. That's what she's
No,
into.
no, no. Bonnie knows the whole thing, which is kittens equal clicks.
Yeah, you
What did
got
you
it.
It's a business
Yeah.
thing.
I could
It's
change one of
kittens-
my-
Actually, it's statistically proven. actually.
statistically proven kittens equal clicks.
That's
So
right.
I just got pointed at by one of the females in that because many people that are listening to that saying, "Man, that sounds."
If
way
you
too
look at the
close to
guy from
something else."
I Can Has Cheeseburger, he raised a $500 million company off of kittens.
Hey, you know, if there's
Cheeseburgers?
if that's true,
Kitten
then
burgers.
you could create a company
I
called
has cheeseburgers.
That's a very
you could
furry
create a company
burger.
called Catify, and
Cat
then
burgers.
catify all your pictures,
Well, there's this guy on Shark.
and then you'd get lots of.
You are
You
onto
can do that. They had
something.
that. They had that on the news the other night. You could catify
Cliff.
CNN, and
Oh,
and so
okay.
it'll still have all the news stories, but all the pictures are replaced by different cat pictures.
That's
Ah,
amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, replace politicians with kitties. That's funny. I like that.
On a related note, I'll be doing the kitten yearbook next year, where I'll review a kitten every day for a year.
Dude,
That's gonna be a huge
You're
hit.
gonna make millions.
Actually,
This
that's
kitten is good.
That's
that-
perfect.
That's actually a good idea.
That's
This
perfect.
kid-
I could
I'm
show
gonna
this
hold you to that
kitten
one.
all day long.
I
All
like
right.
that idea.
Hey,
Yes.
I got a tweet from somebody, Dax Nair. He said, "I like the idea of a podcast."
Dixner?
Dix Nair. Dax Nair. At Dax Nair on Twitter.
Dixner.
Like the idea of
Very French.
podcast over a beer, different from marketing over coffee. And then he said, could not leave a comment on your site.
Yeah.
So I think that's because if you look at
we ban all comments.
uncensoredsocialunderground.com,
It is censored.
We're censored. Yes.
It,
oh.
Irony.
that theme, it shows the entire blog post. But then if you have to actually click the title to bring you to the whole post, which actually is
Oh, right. And then
it
you
shows the
comment.
comments. So I think that's
So it
what's
was a user error.
Or I
What
could've
about
turned off the
on the right
comments
hand
'cause I'm
side where it
lazy.
says record us and leave us a message? Does that still work?
yeah,
Okay, because that's what I've been telling people to do.
but nobody's done it.
So do you know who Dax Nair is?
Yeah, he said he's gonna check out the show and possibly join us one of these days on Hangout.
Cool.
Cool. Hey, I just got a text message from somebody saying like, "Hey, I'm doing a hangout. Cool." Is that our guy?
What?
What?
Who is this?
I don't know, man. Somebody is one of our guests, I guess.
I forgot to do that. Yeah, that makes good sense.
Yeah, sorry, but yeah, no, that was the guy who was just on. Yay! I'm at gigs doing a podcast. Come by.
Who's gay? Okay, now Bob's just reading
That's
out text
just
messages.
Bob's like
I'm being spammed by one of our hangout dudes.
you know what? He probably clicked on one of those links that said that people were spreading rumors, and now he's
Oh yeah, on Twitter, I love that
yeah.
one.
I did that once.
no.
Didn't.
Yes, I believe I may have said this during a previous podcast. I'm sorry, but I got a tweet from the official account for the Bully movie.
Oh, yeah,
that
you
said
did say that,
someone's
yeah.
been spreading rumors about you. So I clicked on it because I thought that's the kind of advertising campaign the Bully movie would do, and didn't work out.
Why didn't they
Gosh,
do that
Brian.
advocate? Yeah, it's so funny.
I just don't click on links
What?
from Facebook.
It's a Twitter thing.
Well, I don't click on links from Twitter either.
Yeah, you just have an auto tweeter
don't?
that
You
says
just send
thanks
them
for
out.
mentioning
What's the
me.
point of Twitter if you can't click?
Hey Bob, what's
You
that?
just
What's
send them
that?
out.
Taking a piss out of Bonnie.
What's that? What's
Should
that?
see her
I can
face.
start
Her eyes are
breathing
bugging her.
Speaking of Twitter, what's the tool you use that anytime somebody mentions your name and you send a thing back going like, "Hey, you at whatever,"
Yeah,
that's the kind of content that keeps this world running.
No,
round.
no, you're the type of guy that makes Twitter great.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
That's Frank.
Who's Frank?
Is a guy in the
In the
ghetto that I
Philippines.
use, man. 'cause
What?
It's his
$20
VA.
a month. covers his heroin addiction. But I said, "Look, I'll give you this phone. Just tweet out every now and again. Just enter a real experience." That's why he's, hey man, and just be positive.
Yeah, but Bob actually told him not to say the same thing over and over again.
But he does.
He does.
Well, that's because he's a heroin addict. Come on, jeez, give the guy a break. We're an equal opportunity
Quit
employer.
being an enabler, damn it.
Yeah, we will enable anybody if they're cheap enough. That's our motto. $20, okay, you're on.
All right.
Aye vey.
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
should I look at the show notes again?
So Def Leppard covers their own songs to get digital revenues.
All right,
great.
I have to add. I have to add in parentheses.
What has 8 arms and
Def
sucks?
Leppard.
Def
In
Leppard?
parentheses, the greatest rock band of
all
time.
time. In their time. Not this day.
Which was
Actually, yeah,
30
they're
years
still
ago.
they're still rockers.
What's
I
interesting?
go to all their concerts, they rock. Best live rock show. You know, they're not as good as
I've
Kiss.
never seen guys rock
for-
so hard with wheelchairs. It's amazing.
No, they're not that old.
Their
They're not
drummer's on a stretcher.
Maybe Rod
It's
Stewart.
awesome. He's strapped in.
Hey,
No,
if Keith Richards
not
is
much
still
older.
alive, anything's
Hey, Bob,
possible.
They're not much older than you.
My point exactly. My point exactly.
Bonnie, why are you laughing so hard?
Hey, Chihuahua. But no, really, to these guys to get out of some bullshit contract, what basically said to Sony, typical. They couldn't get out of it, and they said, no. So they basically said, hey, guess what? We're not going to do anything. We won't do anything. We'll refuse to do any songs. And the only loophole that their fantastic lawyer could find is basically people doing covers of their songs. So they're doing covers of their own song. And what's fascinating is they're going in there like old men and really looking at it and trying to perfect them so they sound exactly the same. That's their whole headspace.
I think that was kind
crazy.
of. I think that was kind of a joke. They
It's a loophole.
They said that they studied their music, meticulously to make exact duplicate productions of the originals.
Exactly.
And
You know what they're doing? They're just putting the LPs on and putting a mic by it. Yeah. No, that was
It's
me, man.
amazing.
That was
God,
me.
We're accurate.
We got video of me jumping around the stage, lip syncing.
I don't think they jump very
so
far.
Universal Music and the Leps, they're not
on
friends
speaking terms.
anymore.
No, they're
He sent them a notice saying, Joe Elliott sent them a notice saying, no, the answer is no, no matter what you say, don't even bother calling us. The answer is no.
But if you want to go out for a black beer at the Bunker Project, we're into that.
Yeah.
We still haven't got back to him yet.
Yeah.
Typical.
So I thought that was awesome.
Oh,
It's
it's
like-
a brilliant concept.
Yeah.
So it begs the difference.
So if they're
go ahead, please. Movie
well,
Baven.
if they're doing covers of their own songs, do they have to change the band name to like Def Panther or something? Or what's
No,
the
it's
deal?
from the movie
awesome.
Rock of Ages.
Holy crap.
That's
Besides that beer.
isn't that where they like that was the thing in the image was Rock of Ages.
Well,
Def
no.
Leppard.
Rock of Ages is one of their songs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
and one of
all
their
the-
albums.
All their
Yeah,
songs
so
are
that's-
on the Rock of Ages, though, aren't they? Like the movie
Yeah,
soundtrack.
because Poor Little Sugar on Me was in the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No,
so-
it's Pour Some Sugar on Me. Not a little sugar.
Yeah,
on me.
Margaret.
Just
Slather
pour
the
the
honey
sugar.
on baby, which
It's
is
okay,
a
it's
Filipino
okay.
word.
All
I'm
right.
sorry. Whenever I think of that song, I just think of men in leather
Time-
pants.
It's time for Def Leppard trivia. Let's see who can beat Andrew.
Wait. One thing, you know that song like by Jimi Hendrix. Marcel used to think, "Excuse me while I kiss this guy," and it's actually "Kiss this guy."
I still think that because that lyric is better.
That is better.
You know,
Let's face it, he was a
Hang on,
closet
I have a great digression. There's a cool website called KissThisGuy.com, and it's the website of misheard lyrics. It is like roll on the floor.
that's what I
Oh
was
yeah,
going
yeah.
with.
Like the best one is I think it's Deep Purple, "Smoke on the Water." It's like Smokey Walter, the fire engine guy.
My dad used to always say, you know the song
Yeah,
"Tiny
'cause
Dancer."
you put in what you thought it
Yeah.
was, what the real lyric was, and then also you put in where you were when you discovered
Yeah.
how wrong you were.
You know, my dad used to always love the Elton John song "Tiny Dancer." He'd always think, "Hold me closer, Tony Danza." And I was like, "Why do you keep singing "Hold me closer, Tony Danza"?
Friends
Tiny
reference.
Dancer.
Friends reference.
Yeah. No, that was my. No, it was a Friends reference, was it?
I don't want to know.
Really?
That was a joke in like a season 1 episode of Friends.
What?
Best one was
No, this is way older than that. My dad's way older than that.
James is
They
still having
stole it from
nightmares.
him.
Yeah.
Also, if I typed in that URL, I'd be really disappointed in the outcome.
I love this guy's quotes. They're awesome.
So
This
Aaron,
podcast just got gayed.
hey, isn't Pride coming
Brought
up
to you
pretty quickly?
by
Okay,
a
that's
gay-
got to be worth a drink.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Isn't Pride coming up in like 3 weeks or 4 weeks?
August.
August. Yeah.
Pride is all the time, dude. It's
Yeah.
all the
It
time.
is all the time.
They just
It's
like
almost
flash it
August.
around one day.
You've seen me.
They flash
Anyways,
it big
Aaron's
time.
got something he wants to say. He's been holding it in
Oh,
for a
Aaron,
while.
come on, let it all out. Come on, we know you're
I've been
gay.
dying to blurt. I've been dying to blurt this out for a while.
All right, you're coming
I
out
would
of the
never
closet.
Stop you guys from talking about Def Leppard,
And gay
but
people.
that's a digression, and we all have to drink.
Yeah.
Def Leppard is not a digression.
Just,
It's
just
a
so
way
you know,
of
Aaron,
life.
we never actually stopped drinking, so.
Or digressing.
Yeah.
We should have an app for beer consumption here. Man.
Hey, you know what we should
Where
do?
are the developers? When
We
need
should
them?
come up with some new bunker theme song, and we'll just do a cover of Def Leppard's songs, and that gives
Why
us
don't we
the
just
rights
call-
to use it.
No, it's just called Death
Why
Leppard.
don't we just do a
Just ask
cover
them
of?
to give it to us.
It's not Def Leppard.
Why don't we just
it's
cover our
Def-
own songs?
Def Leppard.
We could do a cover of
Def
one Scotch,
Leppard.
one bourbon, one beer. You know.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
Or you guys could
By
do
Tom
99
Waits.
bottles of beer on the
I
wall.
approve. I approve.
I think Tom Waits should do our song. Beer.
We'll just record
You guys
Bob
should
doing
be
that.
young to do it, and if he won't do it, he's a bum.
Hey, yeah.
All right.
See, then we could sell it as the bunker ringtone.
Oh, better than bunker ring
Whoa,
job.
that would be good.
Hey, that's a good idea. Bunker
On the bus,
ringtones.
can you
Oh, I thought
imagine?
you were gonna say-
Bunker
Crank the
cell
volume
phone
on your
wallpaper.
phone.
Oh, the
Bunker cell
wall.
phone wallpaper.
Well, I tell you what.
Get a
on-
picture of Bob drinking a beer.
We on our 100th show, we do, and I'm not going to tell you what it's about, but this is a teaser. The Bunker Show, we're doing a 2013 calendar. Yep, I'm having it printed today, Andrew. You're gonna. It's
Is this anything like
it's
a fireman
friggin'
calendar, or is
hilarious.
this a little more tame?
Yeah, no, it's just like that with me and Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob superimposed our heads on all these firefighter
They're
bodies.
going to pay people to
Actually,
not
fire
to
women.
take it away.
Fire women.
It's just Bob and Andrew, like really like oiled up with fire.
All right, that's that.
I think that would sell. That would sell somehow.
That part has to be edited out.
No.
It's just us superimposed on bottles of beer.
Next,
Next topic.
next topic.
Next,
We're-
play,
we're,
for God's
moving
sake,
on.
give us a goddamn new topic.
Hey, how about we talk
where's my
about
glasses? See,
Yammer.
they're
What
not
about
on my head this
Yammer? Microsoft buying Yammer.
time. Nah.
Anybody?
What's
interested?
Yammer? What the hell?
Well, you see, there you go.
It's a
Nah.
Microsoft product.
Well, there you go.
it is now.
Do we care?
It is
That's
now.
what I just said.
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys want to hear a funny joke?
All right, always up for that.
dude.
It better be funny.
Hey, I want one of
And
these. What?
I swear to God, it's related to this thing. Okay, it'll all make sense when it's over.
Okay, 3 guys going to the bunker
How
project.
much does a hipster weigh?
And Instagram.
How much does a hipster weigh?
Yeah, we told this joke
Yes.
last time if you would have listened to the show. Whoa.
I even missed that, and I'm one of the hosts.
You did miss that.
A hipster weighs an Instagram.
I thought it was 650
All right.
Instagrams.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Move on to the next topic.
What did the leper say to the prostitute?
You can keep the tip.
Yeah,
what
that's
an-
it. Yeah, you got it, man.
That's an oldie but a goodie.
I don't get that either.
Why was the fisherman?
Give
No,
it
no,
time.
legit, I don't get it.
No.
Give it
What did
time.
one wall say to the other wall?
What?
What did one wall say to the other wall?
I don't know.
I'll meet you at the corner.
Oh,
I'll
man.
meet you at the corner.
We're digressing big time down
Yeah,
to
we
childish.
need another
Yeah.
beer.
Yeah.
We're going to be on shooters at this
Okay,
point.
why did the chicken cross the
What did
road?
What did the big chimney? What did the big chimney say to the little chimney?
Let's go get stoned.
You're too young to smoke.
Ah, close enough.
Okay.
Why was the frog dead?
Because the horse beat him to it. I don't
Because
know.
there was a knife in its head.
What? Hello.
Okay, next
That's a
topic.
Death Leopard joke. That's a
another
Death
topic.
Leopard
Next
joke.
Yeah,
topic.
speaking. So we apologize to any listeners that we may have just
Whoa.
unscribed
Yeah.
from us.
Please tweet your jokes.
Okay.
Yeah, tweet your jokes
And if
to
they-
at Bob Garlic, and
and
he
if
will
they're longer
respond
than-
back to. That's what makes Twitter great.
Ha ha ha. I love it.
And send hate mail
I
to.
don't believe any followers were lost in the last 5 minutes. No way.
No way, dude. It was probably the last 2 or 3 shows.
Yeah.
I did have one
next
friend.
topic.
Hey, oh, what about Dig being sold for like peanuts?
Yeah, that sucks for those guys.
Yeah,
They're getting
because like,
chopped
how
in
many
half.
peanuts can you eat? You got to have like
Yeah.
vegetables as well.
Are we going to talk about Facebook's stock?
Kevin Rose made his bucks.
Kevin Rose did make his dollars. He did.
Oh,
but
he
now,
made some big
yeah.
bucks. He cashed out, and that's why
Kevin
they
Rose
did.
made his bucks.
But
Oh,
what I
and
think
he's
that
made
was
more bucks
worth it
recently.
at one point about 18 something stupid dollars. It was huge, but now they're getting chopped up,
What magazine was
compartmentalized.
he on the front cover of?
Oh, he was on
Like,
People
he had this-
magazine or
he had
something
this-
really, a high-end magazine like
Yeah,
that.
he was on the front of this
National
magazine
Enquirer,
cover. I swear
that's
to
what it
God,
was.
He looked like the Napster guy, like you know what I mean?
Doesn't
It's
he?
like,
With
this
the hat
dude
and
made
everything?
$100 million in a week. And, he's got everybody in a hat.
And it's totally
He's just
inaccurate.
laughing.
Sean Parker's pretty cool dude, though. We
Actually,
gotta
Well,
give
that's-
props.
they
in our
raised
show notes,
45
actually.
$45
comment
million
on
dollars.
anybody's coolness, just like
He suckered people into
it was-
45
It was a
million.
very similar sort of portrayal on that cover. It was
in our
like
show notes.
it just you couldn't
Yeah.
help but be reminded of the Napster guy.
It's right after the
or
Yammer
whatever,
article.
You know, like
Is it? Oh. Does this guy
Sean
have a
Parker,
show? That's
right?
Amazing.
Yeah, Sean Parker and Sean Fanning created Napster.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now they're doing airtime, which is awesome.
Well, it's better than doing hard time.
Airtime is a little boring at 1 o'clock in the morning, though.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You got to remember, like, when you're on it, that people do work, and you're
And
talking
it's
about
way
when.
past, and it's way past most of their bed.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's nobody
Tell me
on
about-
airtime
is
like
it,
overseas?
chat
No,
roulette
there
with
is.
like a veneer of respectability.
What?
I said,
air
is
of
it, tell
respectability.
me about this a little bit. Is this like chat roulette with a veneer of respectability?
I'm sure our listeners are glad to hear more about airtime, but yeah, it is. It is like chat roulette, but it uses your Facebook likes to connect you with other like-minded people. Margaret's alluding to the fact that we were on airtime super late one night and couldn't find very decent people to talk to.
It might have been a Cookie Monster puppet. that
Yeah,
threw them
well,
on.
that was the other thing.
It's another social experiment.
No, but actually, I did talk to the airtime people, and they said that they appreciated me using Cookie Monster in that way, and that possibly I'll tell you after the show. But yeah, so they're really cool. We support airtime.
Cookie
There's
Monster is a strange euphemism. I'll just say that.
No,
It's
no,
a real
it's a
Cookie
real
Monster.
Cookie
It was an
Monster.
actual Cookie
yeah,
Monster.
we could talk about that.
Wait,
Cookie Monster.
We've already
Let's
done
pause
that.
this, though. Let's
no.
pause
No,
this.
no.
What do you think that was a euphemism for?
Oh, good call. The movie Maven comes in with a stinging comment.
Anyways,
That wasn't a comment. That was an actual question.
Okay, question.
are you going to answer the
It's hard
question?
to tell. It's hard to tell.
You going to answer the question, Iron? What does Cookie Monster mean to you?
And what does euphemism mean?
No comments.
No
Yeah,
comments.
you
all
see?
right.
That's why you need
So
Wikipedia.
let's.
It's better in your imagination.
So did everybody see the Cookie
Apparently,
Monsters?
it's better in your imagination.
Did everybody see the Cookie Monsters new video though? Copying
Yes,
Carly
love
Rae
it.
Jepsen's "Share It Maybe."
Share cookies.
Yeah, so it's Cookie Monster singing Carly Rae Jepsen's type song of "Call Me Maybe," and he's saying, "You got cookie, share it, baby." So it's gotten a lot of views for Sesame Street. So Sesame Street's definitely taking advantage of social media marketing.
Wow.
So maybe
Yeah,
instead of
actually, Sesame
kittens, I
Street-
can do Cookie
Actually,
Monster.
the Muppet movie did a huge social media campaign. And you can go to go see Kermit's Facebook page, hang out with him.
Yeah.
He's such a heavy drinker, though. It's hard to get anything straight out of the guy. But really, I mean,
It
you're
ain't
friend
easy
the guy.
being green.
He is
Yeah.
popular
Well,
because
you know why he's
our
green?
number
Because-
one.
Check out Sesame Street's Tumblr.
What?
Sesame Street has a Tumblr account, and it's clearly aimed at adults. It really thrives off of nostalgia and is quite savvy. Like, it's very self-aware.
I think it's
And
probably
it knows-
one of Kermit's crazy drinking
it knows
ideas.
it's aimed at adults who may or may not have kids, or
Or
might
drink
just
too
be
much and
nostalgic
have
about
kids.
Sesame Street, but don't have kids. It kind of it strikes a cool balance. They have a cool.
Hey, what's with the don't have
We're
kids
still on
preferences?
I don't know.
And don't have
Well,
kids?
no, like,
I mean,
I
if
see
you have
Sesame
kids, you
Street
drink a
in
lot
different way.
more. That's all I can
When
say.
was a parent putting my kid in front of it, Sesame Street. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean. They kind of play off.
I wouldn't put my kids in front of, but I put them in front of iCarly.
Yeah, iCarly.
Yeah.
Well, your kids are a little bit older, so they appreciate that.
I know.
And that,
They're
that
not old enough for Sesame Street. That's for
and if
damn
anybody
sure.
doesn't know what iCarly is, it's about a girl who has her own TV show on
Hey,
the internet.
And what's with Ernie and Bert? I mean, was Bert gay or Ernie? Which was the?
They were both gay.
No. I think one of them was gay, and the other guy was just very confused.
The other guy liked pigeons.
Okay,
Yeah, that was the gay one.
Ernie was obviously confused. Bert was way smarter.
And
Come
that's the way we're going to leave the Bunker Show tonight. We'd like to thank our sponsor, Wix, the #1 in website
Yeah.
making thing.
Yeah, if you have a strange thing you'd like to get over and
Put it on a
whatever,
web,
put it-
use
Wix is
Wix.com.
awesome because it's free.
Hey, you know, Wix.com can make a website or a web faster than a spider.
What?
And they can
Who
use
said that?
HTML5.
Well, no, it's a spider that's on LSD.
But we do
I've
love
seen the
Wix.
videos. Have
So
you
same
seen
bunker
it? Totally
time,
screwed
same
up.
bunker channel.
Well, you didn't need that
Do,
sponsor.
do, 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 do.
All right, we'll see you again next week. We're getting close to the 100th episode. It's only 2 episodes away.
I know, I can hardly not wait.
We'll see you then.
Bye.